Fayose, Osun election has come and gone.
Good.
Governor Adeleke has gotten another 4 years to govern the people of Osun State. Yes, he has, reaffirmed his support for Mr. President, but should the APC be worried about the result of that election?
Well, let me say I was in Osogbo throughout the election.
Interesting.
I was in Osogbo, one, because you gain more experience when you are part of a system.
What more experience do you need?
Yes.
You've been governor twice.
Well, you never cease to learn.
Okay.
I was in Osogbo firstly to have an information about how that election was going to go with the ordinary folks. I was in a number of markets, communities. I was in Elisha. I was in a couple of communities, and I listened to them. So I knew very clearly that the outcome ordinarily may not be far from what it is.
You knew Governor Adeleke was going to win that election?
Well, the outcome may not be far from what it is. When you have an election that is 52-48, it could go either way. If you have an election that is 30-70, that you can declare what will happen. But what greeted the election towards the end was the unfortunate violence, desperation, and killings that were mostly unnecessary. So let me say to you, the election ordinarily, because of the closeness, in my perception, could go either way. So, but in an election, somebody must win, somebody must lose. If you look at that election very well, that's why I say people must look at not somebody has lost, somebody has won. You must look at that election, the dynamics very, very well. That election was won by 66,000 votes. 46 of the 66,000 votes came from Ede, which is the stronghold of the Adelekes. Everybody, all permutations pointed to, it would not be a surprise when you get such figures from Ede. But I personally didn't look out for a 46,000 out of 66. You understand? It's all been a known fact that Ede is the base of the Adelekes. Now you have 20,000 left. Another 60,000 is from Elisha, from Osogbo. Then you have 14,000 left. And in another place, there was a 4,000. You have 10,000 left. In about 5 local governments, you have about 55,000 votes win. You understand? So let me say to you, it was a keenly contested election, which ordinarily for Ede would have gone either way. So let us commend their delegates for winning and remind them they need to be magnanimous in victory.
Has it not?
I just have to hear my opinion. Okay. Be magnanimous in victory. The language now must be right. Reconciliation must be total. Not with the accord alone, but with all other stakeholders, because all of you are from Osun State. The only thing I hear that towards the election was the federal government will take it by force. The federal government has come to do this. I want to say to you, if federal government wants to take an election, they will take it. If the federal government, the ones I know of the past, if they want to take an election, there's nothing you can do.
I think that was why your friend, Yesawike, says our court party won because President Bola Tinubu allowed the poll to be free and fair.
And